Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas A&M's offense will take the field first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice game. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Makes the catch. All down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to him. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
And the Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air. It's Overton. Flips it out on the screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. And likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. get rid of the ball on time, trust your read, and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
They get him on the ground, but that'll be enough to give Texas A&M a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They just keep firing. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
And on the first drive of the game, this defense does it again. They had 2 last week. They get another one early. This defense has been flying around, ball hawking the football.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And how about the rough starts for these offenses? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early. First drives to get something going. Both of them turn it over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Looking downfield, it's Overton. Quick strike complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows are tiny, and that's why the teams that can run the ball the best generally are the best red zone offenses.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to pound it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. They'll send out the kicker here. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Caught over the middle. It's Harrell. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Kentucky right back to the line.
I love when you change the launch point, when you move the quarterback and bootleg him outside of the pocket. You can see he does a really good job of gaining depth as he goes outside. Now he's a threat to run the football or throw it. Guys have to drop back a little bit. Then he can run the football and get a positive gain.
This time they'll go to the running game. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. No huddle here for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. Davis looking to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for a loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
Got his man. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Punt is on its way. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a a charity giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
And some room to work. Got the first down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Now on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Looking for a man. It's Overton. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Zings it complete to the right. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Punt is on its way. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. They'll give it to him again. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. Kentucky going quickly. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. Fitted in the window for the score.
This guy's an excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his third receiving touchdown. They've only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point of the season.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up 14. Over Minnesota. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Overton. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
He tries to take the top off, and they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the air on 1st down. It's complete to the right. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. Texas A&M going quickly. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw again. Setting up the screen. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Back to throw, it's Overton. Here's a heat. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage. helping out on that receiver.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds his tight end. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll throw it from the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. Good throw and catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Dropping back, it's Overton. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking downfield, and time is running short. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going to try to get it himself. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. After making his first field goal, he'll try to put up another with a shorty from 26. Between the uprights, it's good. That brings them to within 1.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Inside his 5. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun first half than you? And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that. From doing so. A young man with all-American potential.
Set to kick this one off.
This from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might already knock them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Davis will throw. Here comes the heat. He's got him. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Kentucky right back to the line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home. It's him on the ground.
And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. Rush is on him. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Overton. Trying to set up the screen. Shakes off the defender. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to fire. They're setting up the screen. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the finish.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. To the air, it's Overton. Here's the pressure. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Never a doubt. And with that, they've taken the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one tonight? Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 18 over Minnesota. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Kentucky going quickly.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Kentucky will be forced to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Right back to the well. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Here we go, here we go.
The give to the back. And he finds no running room at all, and the third quarter is over. Maybe more open spaces coming in the 4th. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Back to pass, it's Overton. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And with that incompletion, it now sets up a very interesting decision for the head coach, right? You've got a narrow lead. You kick the field goal now, you force the opponent to have to at least score a touchdown to retake the lead. But you can also seize a lot of momentum if you get it here on 4th and short. If you're able to score a touchdown, this is a completely different game.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Now it'll take a touchdown to beat them, a 5-point lead here in the 4th. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6. And the Wildcats want to crank the tempo.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
Really nice run there, picking up the 1st down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Got it in the middle, it's David. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Davis looking to pass. Got his man on the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Quick touch pass to the receiver. There he goes. Lowers those pads. Big play in the running game, and they get him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day.
And he can fill up the hand now with that big man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy. Calling his name over and over again.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here today.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
That's reeled in. It's Wilson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The Aggies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Overton. Got his man quickly. Still running at the 40. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were. That's why they got the first down.
And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Overton. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. The inside handoff. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Extending the play. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Wants to throw. It's Overton. Bringing the heat. Snagged out of the air. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. He'll take it himself. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. No reason to rush here. You want to be efficient, you want to finish the deal, but you might as well milk that clock.
100%. Make it tick. The clock is your friend. You've got the lead. You've got the football in good position. Hang on to it and milk that clock.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Power ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Quarterback keeps it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Scott. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Davis will throw. The short hands. It's Goff. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Corner's going to give them room. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
That's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Looking to throw on first down. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people.